set the video. Okay, we have a special guest, Lauren Carter, and she represents Lead the Way Learning Academy. And I believe she's the director of Lead the Way Learning Academy, which is one of our learning extension centers here in Columbus City Schools. And she has some exciting news for us. So, Lauren, you can begin.
Thank you, Principal Campbell. Good morning, parents. I hope you all are doing well. So I am the program manager for Lead the Way Learning Academy's Learning Zone, which is our programming for kindergarten through eighth grade youth. So this year we are having learning extension centers across Franklin County. We actually have a learning extension center that is up the street from Parkmore that is operating. It's a free program for your students. So those during those alternate days when they're not in school, and even during this virtual time, our learning extension centers operate 8 a.m. to 3:30 Monday through Friday. You can drop your students off. We have a morning snack for the students. We do ask that parents provide lunch, and then we have an afternoon snack for them. So during the day, we just ask that you bring their Chromebooks or any materials that they need for their school. We assist them with their work. And then in the afternoon, once they finish their school days, when we incorporate some of our program components. So we're doing health and fitness, getting active with the students, social emotional learning, and some other fun activities for the students to do as well. But the bulk of our time is spent supporting them with their online learning. Principal Campbell, if it's okay, I'd like to share my screen to show them the flyer with the
Yes,
information.
yes, you have sharing screen capabilities.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So this is our flyer with the information. So like I said, our Dream Factory location, located on 6600 Bush Boulevard, is right up the street from Parkmore, but we do have other locations as well. So we have one at True Love Ministries, which is right off of Cleveland Avenue, Garden City Church, which is out west on Climb Road, and then First English Lutheran Church, which is just east of downtown near Nationwide. So those are our locations. Like I stated, we operate Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 3:30. The program is free for students kindergarten through the eighth grade. And if you'd like more information or sign up, we have our website link below. But an easy way to get the information is to actually give us a text. So you can text 614-601-3435 and text Learning Zone to that number, and we'll be able to send you information, get connected with you, and get your students signed up.
So, parents, do you all have any questions for Miss Carter? I have a few questions, Miss Carter, if they don't.
All right.
So, Miss Carter, if I have more than one child, can all of my children attend the Learning Extension Center?
Yes, all students. So any students in kindergarten through eighth grade, we are happy to sign all of them up.
And if my child attends the Learning Extension Center, do they have to wear a mask? Do you all do temperature checks? How can you ensure that my children are safe while they're in your facility?
Yes, that's a great question. So we are following CDC guidelines. So in the morning, as your students are getting dropped off, we do temperature checks. Students are required to wear a mask the entire time that they're in our program. We are doing social distancing as well. So really trying to have one, no more than two students sitting at a long table. We're doing sanitizing throughout the day. Our temperature checks are done in the morning as they're coming in, the afternoon, right when they're having lunch, and then we do another temperature check in the evening when they're getting picked up, just to make sure everything is good. And then routine cleaning throughout the day. So students and staff are required to wear masks throughout the duration of the program.
Right, right. I have another question. What if we maybe need to take 2 weeks off? Do we lose a spot? What is the capacity for attendance? Do you all let us know? Because if I drop my child off and then I find out you all are at capacity, how do we rectify that?
Yes. So our capacity at each of our sites is about 25 students. So when you reach out to that number and we start communicating with you, we can give you an idea of how many spots we have available at each of our locations. As long as you're communicating with us, if you do have to take some time off from attending the Learning Extension Center, we are able to accommodate it and work with you. If there's by any chance that we're not hearing from you and it's been about 3 weeks, then we may move on to other students who may be interested and want to get signed up for the program. But we just ask that you communicate with us and let us know.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I think we have one question. Yes.
I have a student that is in first grade who has an IEP.
Mhm.
He has ASD. Do you guys take those kids with the IEPs or um, any like special education needs that they have? Do you work with them?
Yeah, so we do work with students who have IEPs. What we've been really doing this year is focusing on communicating with the schools and teachers and getting their contact information so that we can provide the best support to our students. The only thing that we do not do at our programs is administer medication. So if there is a student who does require medication, the parent would have to come to the location to provide it, say it's at lunchtime or something, but we cannot provide the medication at our location.
Any other questions, parents? All right. Thank you so much, Ms. Carter, for joining us. We greatly appreciate you giving us a moment of your time during your busy day. And parents, I would highly suggest taking advantage of the Learning Extension Centers because on the click days, you could easily drop your child off 3 days a week and they could get that academic support they need. They'll be, only thing you would have to do is check them in, but they'll be online doing their work. And when they come home, you're actually getting 5 days, 2 days with them in school and then 3 days at the LEC. So I think it's worth it. The district is paying for the services to be provided. So I would take advantage of it. And I think it's safe. It's only 25 students per location. And right now, Lead the Way is reaching out to us because they would like to have more students from Parkmore take advantage of this learning opportunity. It's right on Bush Boulevard. If you live up north, that's around the corner, especially if your child is home with your parents or a babysitter who may not understand. I mean, I would take advantage of, this opportunity. So thank you, Miss Carter. And you're welcome to stay with us. I'm going to start our second half of our presentation. And Miss Nadula would like the number again, Miss Carter, that you text.
Oh, yes. I will put it in the chat. So it's 614-601-3435. You can text Learning Zone. Thank you all so much. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you, Miss Carter. Have a beautiful day. All right, parents. I do hope that you enjoyed that presentation. I thought it was a great opportunity and didn't want to pass that up and us miss out on something that could be beneficial for our students. And I do have an additional LEC to share with you all that's located at Northland High School. All right, parents. So this is our weekly parent meeting. Parkmore Panthers, like my template with the grass. I cannot wait. I'm starting to see the grass peek through. I want to see our friends go outside for recess, and it's just nice outside. So it feels good, just rolling down a window and feeling the sunshine. So I thought I would change up my template a little bit. All right, so I have a few important updates. So I do hope that you have your pen and paper ready to take some notes. So there has been a little bit of confusion with the cohort day and attendance. And it's no fault of anyone's, it is different. It's a lot to understand. This is new for everyone, and I totally get it. So I wanted to drive that point home again. When your child is home, you must check them in all 3 days. Again, if the days your child is at home, you must check them in for attendance. Okay. So if your child attends school on Monday and Tuesday, you must check them in Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. If your child attends school on Thursday and Friday, you must check them in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay. So also, once you check them in, they must complete all of their assignments on the click days. And this is the reason why. If they don't complete a portion of their assignments, we really don't know if they were in school. So you can check your child in and they could be playing on the video games all day. So if the teacher checks iReady and they see that there hasn't been any activity, they're going to mark them absent. Okay? So there must be some sort of activity on RAS Kids, iReady, Reflex, or them completing their assignments in the Google Stream and turn it in. Okay, so if it's, just 20 minutes on iReady and their assignments on Google Classroom, the teacher can see that that child was interactive with their assignments. And then that counts as participation. If not, the teachers have been told by the district that child is considered absent, because you'll have children checking in, but they really weren't in school. And that's how we hold children accountable. It's like a checks and balance type of situation. You check in, but you have to do your work. And that's just being truthful and honest. We don't want, children checking in and then they're just thinking they're going to get credit for, school, and they really didn't do school. And we want parents to really drive the point home. The 3 days you're at home is for your safety. That's the only reason why. If we could have all the students in school at one time, trust me, the district would have them all in school at one time. But to ensure that everyone is safe and we're following CDC guidelines, they're split down the middle so that we could have the desks 6 feet apart, so we can walk in the hallway 6 feet apart. So parents, when they're at home, let them know you're not on vacation. You still need to wake up on time and you need to do your work. And we can notice when students are keeping in their routine of going to bed at night because they are drained. It's just like when you've been on vacation for 5 days and that 5th day you have to go back to work on that 6th day, that 5th day, you like, oh, I could stay up and watch this last show of this season. I got to finish it. And you didn't go to bed on time and you go to work on that 6th day after your vacation, you are drained. So, we can tell their stamina and their energy is just not there. So on those 3 days they're home, please maintain the sleep routine and the getting up on time and logging in. Because every Wednesday, this is my next bullet point, every Wednesday, they have a morning meeting. They have a morning meeting with their teacher. Some teachers record the morning meeting and expect students to watch it, because in that morning meeting is that Wednesday, they're going to tell them their assignments they need to do for that Wednesday. They're also going to tell them about their 60-minute meeting. So every Wednesday they have a morning meeting and every Wednesday they have a 60-minute meeting. So teachers might opt to do 30 minutes with one group and 30 minutes with another group, or just 60 minutes with the whole group. This may include going over some assignments they didn't get to complete in the 2 days they were in school, or some teachers will introduce a new topic during that 60-minute meeting. So please be sure, let's look at the next bullet, check class tag daily, or check your child's Google Classroom daily, because the teachers are putting in the meeting times for the morning meeting and the whole group meeting. So if you're not able to access class tag, because we know some parents were like, I'm tired of getting all these messages, all they do is text. We have to, because we have no way of communicating. So some parents deleted the app. Some parents, I guess there's a way you can like pause the app where you don't receive any communication, Well, that's detrimental to your child's learning because you're not getting updates. And I have 18 teachers. I can't keep up with all the updates for 18 teachers and special ed teachers, gifted teacher, and OTPT or speech. Sometimes OTPT and speech will tell the teachers, hey, can you put this in the Google Stream? Or can you put this in your class tag? And that's just too much for one person, myself, to be able to give you that on a Blackboard call. My Blackboard call can only be 3 minutes long. And trust me, I try to fit a lot in that 3 minutes worth of time. So please, if you've deleted class tag, please upload it again. Also, don't turn me off. When you see me come through with that 3655349, it's important information. It's not me just trying to talk to let you all hear me. It is important information. Trust me, if I'm calling you, it's an update. And the way the world is set up right now, we're getting updates up to the minute. So, and I don't want my parents to ever feel like they are left out and they don't know what's going on. It might feel like it's overwhelming. Just send me to the voicemail, but listen to the voicemail. I can't tell you how many phone calls I receive or Miss Cindy receives and say, I didn't know that. And I don't ever want parents to feel like you don't know. So I am calling. I'm also texting. They should not have ever given me the text capability. So if you are not getting my text messages or my voicemails, please call 614-365-5349. Okay, that's Miss Cindy, our secretary, our school number. And let her know you are not receiving my communication, okay? Because it may be going to your hubby or your wife, and one of them aren't communicating to the other. So please be sure that the right number is associated with the school communication. Also, when I send the communication, it goes through the CCS app. All you have to go all you have to do is go to your app store and download the CCS app. It's a red apple outlined in white, because you'll also receive the district updates as well. And email. So if you haven't checked your email, you need to go to www.ccsoffice.org. Trust me, you have some emails. You probably have about 10 plus emails right now because I send emails a lot. So go to ccsoffice.org and check your email. So the way to check it is to use your username, which is your student's number, and a password, which is their birthday. Also, I know some people say, well, Ms. Campbell, I don't do social media. You don't have to be on there interacting, but you can follow us at Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. We're at Parkmore Panthers. I try to update before 7 a.m. sometimes. I hit my snooze button twice and I have to hurry up and get ready and then I'll post, but it's always there before 8 a.m. But I try to do it by 7 a.m. most days. So it's at Parkmore Panthers. And then we have our Google Panther page. So if you've never been to our Google Panther page, here it is. You'll see our Panther. And to join, you will go to Google. In these dots here, you will click Google Apps. You'll click Classroom. Once you click Classroom, you'll see a plus sign. And you can add this code, TFXBP7X. Please join. I update it whenever I get time and information, but there's a lot of information that I put here. And then families also communicate with me. So here is a latchkey program that we wanted to do at our school. So if you want your child in latchkey, do the YMCA. I put this here on January 29th. It's a survey to see if we have any need for latchkey. And then here is another LEC opportunity at Northland High School that I wanted to share with you all. That's on our page. And you would just complete this paperwork. If you want this paperwork, I can print it off for you and send it home. Now it does say TANF eligible. That means if you receive food stamps or a monthly check from Job and Family Services, or if you get SSI, you qualify for this. But I asked them, what if a parent isn't TANF qualified? Can they still participate? And they said, yes, they can still participate. So they are looking for our students to come over to Northland High School, and they're taking up to 18 students. So now you have 2 places you can drop your child off on a daily basis. Pre-K enrollment. I've been getting a lot of calls about pre-K enrollment. Pre-K enrollment begins on April 1st. That's when enrollment begins, on April 1st. But they did tell me that parents can go to Central Enrollment now and schedule an appointment. So you can go to Central Enrollment and schedule an appointment for your child. And your child must be 4 years old before school begins. Okay, so you can pass that message along. All right, now here is the part that may be a little bit confusing to parents with these 4 days during the time teachers will receive their second vaccination. So listen, I'm going to explain it very slowly because I know it's confusing. So today and tomorrow, students in cohort B, that means they would have attended school in person today and tomorrow. They need to log on to their teacher's Google Classroom because they are learning in a remote setting today and tomorrow. Cohort A will continue their learning the same way they would have as usual. They need to complete their online work. Both groups still need to check in. Cohort A will complete their iReady, RAS Kids, Reflex. Pre-K students should be doing Seesaw and Waterford. But cohort B should be face-to-face with their teacher today and tomorrow. And on next week, if your child is in cohort A, so if your child is in cohort A, next Monday, March 1st, and next Tuesday, March 2nd, they will be learning face-to-face in a remote setting, and they need to log on with their teacher in their teacher's Google Classroom. Next Monday and next Tuesday, students in cohort B will complete their online work. So these next 4 days, both groups need to check in every day, okay? Your child can never say they don't have work. They have work every single day. All right. So some office updates, a few office updates, a few reminders. Our office hours are 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Okay. Please leave a message if you cannot get through. We do check our voicemail, but if you call before 8:30 a.m., Miss Cindy does not answer the phone. Okay. So we don't want any confusion. So from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m., those are the office hours. The office closes every day from 3 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. for dismissal. This is the reason why. I'm on the PA system calling buses, van riders, students. There's no way she could hear you on the phone and you would just get frustrated. So for the last 3 years, we have closed the office from 3 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. so that we can focus on our students to make sure they are going to school the correct way. Also, students are considered tardy at 9:01 a.m. Okay, so at 9:01 a.m., if your child comes to school, they are considered tardy. Breakfast begins at 8:30 a.m. And when they arrive to school, we give them their hand sanitizer and a mask if they're not wearing a mask. So we have loads of masks. Also, Miss Cindy, our secretary, is available by phone every day. Although we're not in the building on Wednesday, Miss Cindy still answers the phones on Wednesdays. And if there's an emergency, she'll email me to contact the parents. This is another issue we've been having with absences. All absences must be reported to the office, not the teacher. And we know it's just, it's not unnormal for you to say, oh, I'm going to let Miss Shade know that my baby is going to be absent today. But we have to follow the protocol that we've done in the past. And that is communicating with the office that your child will be absent, because Miss Cindy puts it in the computer and it becomes an excused absence. So parents, you have 9 excused absences you can use per school year, okay? So you can always write a note and say, my student wasn't feeling well. That's why I kept them home, especially if they have a sore throat or a runny nose, upset tummy, you want to keep them home, and just call the office and Miss Cindy will notate that. Any changes in the way your student is going home must be done in writing. Contact the school by 2:30. So you can't tell little Joshua, hey, tell your teacher you're not getting on the bus today, I'm picking you up. Because little Joshua's going to come to the school and say, my uncle is picking me up and my mom will be in the car and I'm riding the bus. They will get it all wrong. Trust me. And we go through this and then we have to call you and say, Joshua said he's riding a bus, but uncle is picking him up and you're supposed to be in the car. So put it in writing. If you don't have time to call the school, put it in writing and he will give the note to the teacher who will then give it to the office. Okay. Or call the school by 2:30 and we will communicate to the teacher, hey, Lisa is not a walker today. Mom is picking her up or dad is picking her up. Okay. Also, if someone else is picking your child up that isn't you or they're not in the system, they must have their ID. Okay. They must have their ID. All right. And here's a quote I saw that was really good. There is no such thing as a perfect parent. So just be a real one. Just be a real one. I strive every day to be a real parent. It is not easy. It wasn't easy before, and it really isn't easy now. Keeping up with all the changes and being up to date with everything and ensuring your child is getting the best education possible. So there's no such thing as a perfect parent, so just be a real one. And with that said, we're going to start our series, Leader in Me for Families. I'm super excited about this. So for our next 2 parent meetings, we're going to talk about a family mission statement. So at our school, we have classroom mission statements. And our students help write those mission statements with their teachers. And want to talk a little bit about that. So having a family mission statement creates a bond between parents and their children. This is something fun you can do on a Friday night. You can do it over a couple of weeks to just talk about it as they support each other and help each other grow. Your family sense of unity and purpose strengthens when every member knows that everyone is truly committed to each other's success and growth. So, maybe blowing up some balloons and having a balloon popping moment when Chris gets an A or all 3s on his report card, or going to Party City and getting balloons with helium and everyone standing in the driveway and releasing them to the sky when Keisha didn't get any write-ups. That's celebrating each other's growth and success. Or everyone, we're going to have cupcakes this Sunday because we've been doing a really good job. You all have been doing your chores. Everyone has been on task. I haven't had to remind you to do your online work. Those are just small celebrations. It doesn't take a lot of time, but it's validation and it helps everyone in the family feel good, or having family Friday night moments where everyone just writes a positive note to each other. Start creating those habits where we're celebrating each other. And that starts to create a bond with you and your children. And it helps with their social, emotional growth. They feel alone. They come to school and they tell us, I want to see my friends. I want to go outside and play, or we're always in the house, you know, because everyone's trying to stay safe. So just thinking of some creative ways to boost the morale in the home can start with your mission statement for your family. So creating a mission statement based on habit two. So habit two is begin with the end in mind. So what do you all want to do as a family? Do we all want to save up to take a family vacation, a road trip? Do we all want to become healthy as a family? You know, we all want to lose 50 pounds collectively as a family. We all want to eat more healthy as a family. We all want to walk at least a mile every day. You know, what is the end in mind? And the principles of commitment, purpose, and vision is as easy as counting to 1, 2, 3. So the first thing I've been talking to my daughter about is commitment. I don't know if it's an only child syndrome. Somebody help me because I'm not an only child. It's four of us. But she'll start something and she'll like it, and then she'll go to something else and she'll like it. And I'm like, no, let's stay committed to one thing before we move on to the next. And so when you're creating your family mission statement, you want to first define the outcomes before you act. What is it that we want to do? And then second, you create your mission statement. And then third, you can post it on a refrigerator or put it on a big piece of poster board and hang it up in the house, or put it like somewhere where everyone can see it, maybe in the basement or the playroom. You want to hold it up. So I found a really nice video of a family, and they're going to take you through how they created their family mission statement.
For vacation this summer, we went to an event called Family Forward. And at the Family Forward event, we participated in this thing called The Leader in Me at Home. It was sponsored by Franklin Covey. And one of the things that they challenged us to do was to create a family mission statement. And so what we did was we all got together and we talked about some questions, answered some things that are important to us, things that we want our family to represent, things that we want to become as a family. And I really challenged my kids to do habit number 2 in the 7 habits tree, which is begin with the end in mind. And so we were talking about what we wanted to be, not necessarily what we are. Our family.
I want to be a loving family and a nice family and the funnest family.
Hey, what did you put?
I want to spread joy and kindness around our community and the world.
Okay, our purpose is to spread joy and kindness around our community and the world. So they came up with some really great answers to the questions that we put on the sheet. And we got a sheet of questions from the Franklin Covey website. Decided we were going to do a mission statement as a family and come up with something that we could live by. Now, I'll be honest, my kids needed a lot of coaching. They needed a lot of encouragement. They needed a lot of help answering questions. You know, some of them just wanted to be their crazy selves, and that's to be expected. But we had a really great time, and I think we formed a pretty good, solid family mission statement. website. There's a lot of good information, a lot of good resources for your family, and I sure hope that it helps you bond and become more of a family team.
All right. So I do hope that everyone enjoys
So
creating their
summer,
mission statements with their families. And our next two meetings, we will really get into that. And I'll be sending home the packets with the questions to help you develop your family mission statements for the month of March. And at this time, I will be taking questions if anyone has any at this time. That's the end of my presentation. I hope that you all have enjoyed our parent meeting today.